Want to know why Matt Gaetz was blocked for becoming Attorney General? Why Trump loyalists, people who stood by him through everything, suddenly turned on Gaetz and killed the nomination? Because Israel couldn't trust him. They knew he couldn't be trusted to play ball. He couldn't be controlled. So they gave the order to the compromised Congress, and Gaetz was tossed aside. To be replaced with a woman they knew they could intimidate into compliance with their agenda.
You got a 99%
on Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
I think most people believe that, right? And like, it's like no way that that's.
I actually think it was I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was domestic inspired to take out of him. I think that was a foreign operation, government sponsored.
So foreign operation took out Epstein inside of our prison.
Yes.
So they must have been allowed to.
Oh, I think it was in concert with people in our government.
Wow.
But not at like some, low level guard getting bribed kind of way.
Yeah.
At a state to state level.
So that's probably a lot of party interests in keeping that under wraps.
You better believe it. Weapon systems at play, global deals at play.
Interesting. You have evidence to back that up?
I just am positing it as a theory.
Wow.
Matt Gaetz is right. It was a foreign intelligence operation government-sponsored that took Epstein out of the prison system. But they didn't act alone. They worked hand-in-hand with the US deep state, led by Hillary Clinton, in coordination with Bill Barr, both of whom had their own reasons for helping the blackmailers. Personal reasons. Bill Barr's ties to Epstein go way back, all the way to the 1970s. It was Barr's own father who gave a young unqualified Jeffrey Epstein his first job at the elite Dalton School in Upper East Side Manhattan. Despite no degree, no experience, just an unhealthy obsession with underage girls. That's right. The Attorney General at the time of Epstein's so-called death was no neutral party. He was a longtime family friend. It was his own father who pulled strings to help Epstein forge his path into New York's elite, giving him his first job and opening the doors. This wasn't justice, it was protection, from the very top. Once again, they expect us to chalk it up to just another coincidence. Because apparently in their world, corruption, cover-ups and corpse swapping all happen by accident. And Hillary? She's not just connected, she's committed. A fully embedded deep state operative. According to Virginia Giuffre, Hillary has been to the island multiple times. In the second installment of Giuffre's Dead Man Switch, she says that when the public understands the role played by Israel, there'll be a reckoning. And as for when they understand the full extent of Hillary Clinton's crimes, it won't just be a scandal, all hell will break loose.
If you're hearing this, it means I'm dead, not missing, not in hiding, dead. And it wasn't a suicide. It wasn't an accident. I was murdered because I know too much, because I refuse to shut up. And this is one of several tapes I've sent to trusted journalists, people who still care about truth, who still dare to stand up to power. If you're one of them, thank you. Please don't stop. This is part of a series I've prepared called The Justice Files, and it's aimed at one thing, making damn sure the monsters who trafficked me and others like me who abused us, who murdered those who spoke out, they don't get away with it. My name is Virginia Giuffre. What matters is that I was a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. You know who I mean, the billionaire creep who killed himself in that prison, except he didn't. That was all a lie. He's still alive. He's laughing. He's bragging. He's out there doing it again. So how do I know? Because I was in the system. I was trafficked by him for years to the kind of men who appear on magazine covers and look important and shake hands at summits. I know how these networks work, and I still have contacts, other survivors, employees, even some people still caught in the system, still forced to serve. Word gets around. Jeffrey's not even hiding it anymore. He brags about it to the sick freaks who still worship him, says he pulled off the greatest vanishing act of the century, says they'll never catch him now. And you know what? He might be right, unless people wake the hell up. Here's what actually happened. Jeffrey didn't die in that cell. The body they wheeled out, that wasn't him. That was Hillary Clinton's brother. His name was Tony Rodham. And yeah, he looked close enough to pass for Jeffrey if you squinted and didn't ask questions. Hillary killed him over some property fight, then used his corpse to fake Jeffrey's death. The truth is, Hillary is far worse than Bill. People don't talk about her visits to the island, but they should. Because she's not just complicit. She's a much darker figure, sick, cold, and ruthlessly effective. When those tapes drop, and they will, people are going to lose their minds. She knows it. That's why she's doing everything in her power to stop it. She cannot let the truth come out. There's too much at stake, too many reputations, too much power to lose. That's why the feds played along. The cameras conveniently glitched. The guards just happened to fall asleep. And the DOJ's top brass, they made the call. Epstein didn't die. He walked out. Right through a service exit, climbed into the back of a government SUV like it was Uber Black, driven straight to a private airfield in Jersey. And where did he go? Israel. Why? Because he was working for them the whole damn time. His blackmail operation, his whole setup, it wasn't just about money or perversion. It was intelligence, strategic compromat. Every time a powerful man raped a girl in one of Epstein's mansions, there were cameras, microphones, full surveillance. Every move recorded, and those tapes, they weren't just for his vault. They were sent straight to Israeli handlers. And now they've got everything, every name, every act, every crime. That's why so many U.S. officials suddenly flip their scripts. It's not ideology, it's fear. They're being blackmailed. Or worse, they're being threatened. I've heard the warnings passed around. Obey or end up like JFK. And don't think that's an empty threat. These people have no limits. Kill or be killed, they say. They kill when it's convenient. They erase. They delete. Just like they're trying to delete me. But I won't let them. Even in death, I won't let them. That's what this tape is for. That's what all my tapes are for. To expose the deep state apparatus, the global trafficking ring, the politicians and billionaires who use children like pawns, and the system that protects them. I was passed around like property, but I am not property. I am not a ghost. I am testimony. And if you're hearing this, it means the truth is still alive. Keep going. Don't stop. They're not untouchable. Not if we all stand up.
Virginia Giuffre isn't the only victim of the elite paedophile ring to blow the whistle on Hillary Clinton's unimaginably horrific past. An FBI criminal profiler has blown the whistle, talking about the sheer animal horror of viewing Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin's frazzle-drip crime scene. Warning, what you're about to hear includes descriptions of abuse so horrific, so depraved, they go far beyond what most people can even imagine. These are the darkest corners of human cruelty, told by somebody who witnessed them.
Somebody sent it to me. I would not advise you to have a look at it. She and her spokeswoman, they put a 5-year-old girl naked on a table, bind it, and then with a scalpel they start to remove the face.
Oh my God.
And you hear this child screaming, and they take off the face, and Hillary Clinton puts it on her face and goes to the child. And you see, the child is all flesh, and then the eyes pour out, and this child sees her own face on the face of Clinton. I will never forget that image, and never the scream. That's how evil these people are.
Here at The People's Voice, we're determined to continue exposing the crimes of the elite, but we need your help. Subscribe to the channel, tell your friends and family about us, and join the People's Voice Locals community for exclusive and uncensored content. We can't do without you. Government agencies, NSA, CIA, Mossad, you name it, are tapping your every move online, feeding their globalist surveillance machine. Your VPN isn't saving you, your VPN is spying on you. They flash no logs like it's a promise. But what they're really saying is, trust us. Trust foreign outfits in Israel, Panama, Romania, Switzerland? Trust them not to sell your data when the globalists tighten their grip? We know their plans. They told us. They're building a digital prison planet, digital IDs, 50-minute cities, total internet control. The globalist takeover needs one thing. Every click, every search, every move you make online in their hands. You think you're safe? Mossad has just been busted spying on White House officials. Nobody's safe. I don't know about you, but it boils my blood knowing they're chaining the internet to their globalist agenda. That's why I've partnered with VP.net, the world's first verified privacy network. They don't promise trust, they prove it. Cryptographic proof in real time that they can't see your traffic. They can't see it, and neither can some tyrannical government, not even if they came with court orders and threats. Your data is locked in Intel SGX secure enclaves. Cryptographic vaults so secure, even the owners of VP.net are shut out. This isn't privacy by some flimsy policy, it's privacy by design, built to break their control. Once you see VP.net, you can't go back. Still using legacy VPNs in 2025? That's like wiring your brain straight into the surveillance matrix. Strike back against the digital overlords by visiting vp.net/TPV. It's privacy by design because the internet's their battlefield and vp.net is your shield.